My son looked me in the eyes, smiled, and canceled every one of my credit cards while I was sitting across the table from him. He said, "You don't control anything anymore, Dad." I didn't argue, because he had no idea the money he'd just stolen wasn't actually mine to lose. And 48 hours later, he was the one begging for a single dollar. My name's Walter Grennan, and before I tell you what my son did to me at that dinner table, hit subscribe right now, because this story has 3 twists, and I promise you, you won't guess the last one, not even close. I'm 61. I built a construction supply company from a rented garage in Ohio. 1 truck, no employees, just me and a stack of bills I couldn't pay. 40 years later, that company had contracts across half the state. And through every one of those 40 years, there was one man beside me, Everett Hale, my partner since day one. Remember that name. It matters more than you think. My son, Desmond, was 32, business degree, sharp. But somewhere along the way, he decided I was old, slow, behind the times, he liked to say. He'd been pushing me for 2 years to hand him the company. That night we were at dinner, me, my wife Corinne, and Desmond. He said he wanted to talk about the future. I actually thought maybe he's finally ready to learn this the right way. I was wrong. He pulled out his phone, calm as anything, looked me dead in the eyes and smiled. "Dad, I need to show you something." He tapped his screen. "I just canceled your credit cards, all of them." I froze. "You don't control anything anymore, Dad," he said. "I had you evaluated, talked to a lawyer. It's done. I'm handling the finances now, for your own good." Corinne dropped her fork. That sound is still in my head. I didn't argue. I just sat there, because in that moment, I believed him. I want to be honest with you. I did not know what he'd actually done. I didn't know if my accounts were frozen, if the company was compromised, if 30 years of work had just been taken from me by my own son in a chain restaurant off Route 9. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept running numbers in my head, trying to remember what was linked to what he could actually touch. I felt something I hadn't felt in decades, helpless. The next morning it got worse. My assistant called. Payroll had a hold on it. Then the company truck I drove got flagged. Insurance under review. Then Corinne's sister called Corinne, said she'd heard from Desmond that I'd been having memory problems. Word was spreading. My own family was starting to believe I was losing my mind.
By day 2, the board called an emergency meeting. Desmond had gone to 2 other board members before he ever came to that dinner table. He'd been planning this for months. They voted 3-2 to suspend my signing authority pending a competency review. 3-2 in my own company. I sat in my truck in that parking lot after the vote, and I didn't know what to do. For the first time in 40 years, I felt like I'd already lost. Then my phone rang. It was Everett. "Everett," he said, "get to my office, now." I want to explain something I never told Desmond, never told the board, never even told Corinne. 30 years ago, before we had a dollar to our names, Everett and I signed an agreement, a buy-sell clause, old-fashioned, the kind lawyers barely write anymore. It said if either of us was ever financially exploited, manipulated, or removed from control by a family member without our informed consent, the other partner had the right to purchase full controlling interest in the company for $1. We wrote it as a joke back then, 2 young guys, half serious, saying, "If my kids ever screw me over, Everett, you take the whole thing." We laughed, we signed it anyway, and then we forgot about it for 30 years. Everett didn't forget. When I walked into his office, he already had the paperwork drawn up. "I've been watching this happen for a week. I know what your son did. I know about the board vote, and I'm not going to let 3 decades of our work get handed to a kid who canceled his father's credit cards at a dinner table like it was a party trick." He exercised the clause. Overnight, Everett Hale became the sole controlling owner of the company. Not me, not the board, not Desmond. Every account, every vendor payment, every executive login locked under Everett's authority within 12 hours. Desmond thought he'd taken control. He controlled nothing. He never had. He'd just spent a week fighting his own father for a company that legally was never fully mine to lose in the first place. 48 hours after that dinner, Desmond's card got declined at a gas station. His paycheck didn't process. His girlfriend left, said she didn't sign up for broke. He called me, panicked. "Dad, something's wrong. I need you to fix this." I told him the truth. I can't fix it. I don't control it anymore either. He didn't believe me. He thought I was lying, playing some kind of game. So he drove straight to Everett's office, demanding answers, demanding his executive access back. Here's the part I still think about. Everett let him in, sat him down, slid one piece of paper across the desk. Desmond smiled when he saw it, thought it was ownership transfer, back to him. It wasn't. It was the original buy-sell agreement, 30 years old, both our signatures on it, notarized in 1996. Everett looked at him and said, "You tried to take control from the wrong founder's family, son. Your father built half of this, I built the other half. And the day you decided loyalty was optional, you lost your claim to both halves." Desmond looked at me. I didn't say anything. I let Everett finish it. "I'm retiring in 6 months," Everett said, "and every voting share I control is going into the Grennan-Hale Foundation. It funds trade schools for kids who never got a fair shot, the way Walter and I never got one. Not to family, not to anyone who thinks respect is optional." Desmond didn't get an empire. He didn't get $1. He got a job offer. From me, entry level, on a job site, same as every other new hire. He took it. 6 months of concrete and long days, no title, no shortcuts. Slowly, something in him changed. Corinne still hasn't fully forgiven him, not for the money, for the smile, for looking at his father like an obstacle instead of a man. As for me, I learned that the people closest to you can become the most dangerous, but loyalty built over decades, real loyalty, doesn't break that easy. Everett didn't save my money. He saved everything money can't buy. If this story hit you, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Because somewhere out there, someone's sitting across the table from their own Desmond, and they need to know real power was never loud. It's the quiet kind, built over 30 years, that nobody sees coming.